Hola, bom dia. I'm brimming a bit today, actually. I've set things up a little bit earlier so that you'll get the full blast of the siren today. We're outside where the sound emanates. The great. Oh, and that's amazing. If you take, I've got a power animal, as in a dog, doing a massive dump in front of the car here. Just like it couldn't be more perfect as a view. Is that a sign? Is that a portent of what's about to come? We are now hearing the midday bells. All of life is here, frankly. We're hearing the midday church bells. It's All Saints' Day, where we honour the dead, the past, which is interesting. Woman bending over, picking up dog poo in front of me now. This is exciting, heady stuff. And of course, the time to chill. I found that sticker there. Time to chill. Time to take it easy. Time to, and I think I'm going to stop using the words meditation and mindfulness because they are ruined. They have been ruined. Dear old Doug thought because he was at the airport, it wouldn't be a very good place to do what we've been doing at midday every day for the past 3 weeks or so. It doesn't matter where you are, as long as it's safe to do so, and perhaps the busier the place, the better in many ways, to show that you can come to your senses, demonstrate to yourself that you can come to your senses and fall still, instead of the habitual chatter and nonsense that tends to preoccupy and fill the human mind. We're very habitual, and whatever habits we've got mentally, we tend to run those programs. And what I would argue is our pure self, our true self, behind that, underneath that, is obscured constantly by utter nonsense. So, Doug, it was a great opportunity at the airport. I'm not meaning to pick on you or shame you in any way. I just think it's an interesting comment you made, and my response would be, well, airport, perfect spot. I was just in the laundrette, perfect spot. I got in the car, I wanted to drive a bit closer to the siren so we really hear it this morning. But perfect spot in between journeys, getting in the car, getting out of the car. Unless shutting your eyes and being still will cause danger, it's always a good time. It's always a good time. And our minds would have it differently, wouldn't they? Our busy mind, not now, too busy now to meditate, or, well, I said I wasn't going to use that word anymore. In place of it, I think I'm going to try using the word earth, because I've had some pretty considerable revelations and realizations about this. That this is about coming back to earth, for us earthlings, for us earthers, not that earther, not earther kit, and being in the body, being in the senses, is natural. It's that's loud. What a blast. That is so powerful. And it's designed to wake us up, to alert us, to change our state from going about our business to, what's that? Oh, okay, it's the alarm. But it's okay, it's not the fire alarm, it's not the men and women being called to the fire station, it's a test. But it breaks up what's going on. And that's why I think this is such a good reframe, rebrand of what's going on. I think they do it 3 minutes late so that it doesn't obscure what's happening at midday. I think that's purposeful. We have the church bells at midday, which you could also use as your trigger to fall still and be in your body. And we've been using this one here, and it's still going. It's amazing, the sound. So how about that? The call to stillness then, and earthing. Coming back to the earth. Now, I mean that as in the core, the basis from which we come, the earth. And I don't have it as a planet, I have it as an energy. Okay, so it's a great starting point for discussing flat earth concepts, but let's not go there right now, because I know that's massively triggering for everybody. And you know what else is triggering? The US election. And I might say more on this on Sunday if I remember, and that's if things haven't changed by then, because things are changing, are they not, quite drastically at the moment. But I want to say, I put it to you that the US election is an intelligence test. And if you find yourself getting upset and emotional and triggered by what's going on, you failed that intelligence test. Doesn't make you a bad person, just makes you an emotional and triggered person, doesn't it? Of course, if what you're seeing is bringing you away from the state we're about to go into. If it's taking you away from the earth, the earthing, the stillness, the peacefulness, the joy, you might say that those demonic, devilish forces have succeeded in their mission to pull you away from your still, joyous, loving being. And here's the thing, why that's an intelligence test is it's down to you to have you in a loving, intelligent and joyous state. Very few other people are going to do that for you. I have an intention that be the case for you, but you still have to do it for yourself. And so like now, we will connect. If you want to, I invite you to connect with your senses and your being. And so we can hear the birds sing again. So we're not so intently listening to me. And what did he just say about the US election? That's ridiculous! Come away from any outbursts. Come away from... And if you can't come away from an outburst, see if you can view the outburst while it's still in progress, just like the siren was going on. We weren't leaping onto fire engines because the alarm was going on. We were aware of the alarm, and we were using it as a starting point to be still. So whatever's going on for you, whether you can access some peace and joy and love and stillness in your body right now by just being still. And some people can, and some people find it more difficult. Some people, it would appear, haven't felt stillness, joy and love and peace in their body for a long time. So they're not in the habit of doing it, except for those rare moments when they believe some external thing has triggered it, like some, sex or drinking or good company or food or something like that. But we can actually go into the state of peacefulness and love and joy and ease and glory, hallelujah. We can go into that at will if we train ourselves to do so. Like now. And so I invite you to do that, and the access we've been using is to be aware of your body on the chair, the pressure of your clothes on the skin, hear the sounds. The sounds around me are of many, many children in the town going to doors, knocking door to door. It's a Portuguese version of trick-or-treating. Excuse me, and in shops they go in and they ask for bread for God. And they get their sweets, they get their cakes and a little confectionery of some sort. Predates trick-or-treating. And it's so sweet and nice, actually. It's a very, very well-supported tradition here in Portugal. And in my town it appears to be the case. There are kids everywhere just begging for sweets, and adults and bakeries very happily showing their love in the way that you might say the creator, the creative force, the intelligence behind all of this gives love, gives us life. So it's a little version of that, isn't it? And maybe that's why people like it, until it becomes a bit too commercial and then people start to hate it. But that's what happens in the human mind here, isn't it? So if you will, and I'm sorry, I'm throwing you a lot of things that might be making you think, might be making you angry, might be making you not relax. And that's always a difficult... I say things to illustrate. I don't say things to anger or to upset. And you can still use anger and upset usefully by viewing it. If you're triggered, can you step back a bit and see that you're triggered? If you hate Trump, can you be aware of your hatred of Trump rather than just being fully in it and meh? Or Kamala, whoever it is, whoever you're projecting onto your darkest, most hateful energies, you can see yourself doing that if that's what you're doing. And you can see that isn't very intelligent if you allow yourself to. It's quite difficult, isn't it, if we've got righteous anger and we really want to be right instead of happy. We'll always do that as human beings, and we are given this beautiful transcendent capability to see, oh my God, that person I was angry at 23 years ago and I was so justified in my anger. I can't be angry with them anymore. Well, some people can still be angry 23 years later, but it tells you something, doesn't it, about how it can be used and how it can possess you rather than you being intelligent and you seeing what's going on and just like, oh my God, I am swallowing my own poison hoping the other person dies. How thick is that? So we can be free of that. We can be free right now. We can be easy. Let the shoulders drop. Let the face relax. And be easy in the chair. Feel the clothes on the skin. Hear the children. Hear the children in the distance. Just let them come and go. No need to be judging trick or treat or thinking this or that about the kids. Just be aware of the sound they're making. There's nothing going wrong. There's no screaming. Nobody needs help. We can just be aware of it as a beautiful sound in our creation of young people who are far more connected to the earth in the way that I'm describing than we are, until we knock it out of them, until we adulterate them into thinking, worrying, anxious beings not unlike ourselves, and destroy all that goodness once and for all, until they realize for themselves, I can get back to my childlike free state in some way or other. And that's what we're doing right now, getting back to our innocent, childlike, free state as earthers, as earthlings, as earth beings, with the emphasis on being. This isn't a planet, this is an energy, to me anyway. And I think, like Tesla said, it has no edges, it's infinite. And we can get a sense of that infiniteness, infinitude, by relaxing from time to time and being aware. So being relaxed in our body, and you might say hypervigilant in our consciousness and our awareness. And it's very clean and clear, the hypervigilant state of the consciousness. Not the hypervigilant state of the worrying human mind that is anxious and depressed and all those things that it's very good at and very good for, you could argue, for protection. And then there's another level of awareness that is so powerful, so strong, so beautiful, that we can bring to any moment at will with a little bit of practice and a little bit of willingness. So a bit ranty possibly today. However, what I've been able to do in my own little realm here, my realm within the realm, is to be quite ranty and also to feel very relaxed and still and aware as well. It's not consumed me. I'm not eaten up with rage. I don't need to go and get a drink. I don't need to punch anyone or anything. I'm just seeing things. Things are occurring to me. I'm speaking of them. And that's coming out of a relaxed and quite nice awareness, actually. An easy awareness with a nice warm feeling in my belly. I've got the Ready Breck glow in my core. And it's very nice. And I don't know if you have too. How could I know that? I only hope that you have. I hope that that's becoming a more regular possibility, experience for you if you've been practicing at midday in this way. And we'll keep going. I'll keep going. I'll be on the road. Might have some nice locations to stream from over the next few days. And I wish you on this day of the saints, all saints, known and unknown, I think that is how they refer to it. We can all be saints, can't we, at times? And this is a saintly energy that we can touch upon, in which we're harmless. Ahimsa, I think it is in Sanskrit, harmlessness. And what a world this would be if it had more harmlessness in it. Wouldn't that be amazing? So I share with you, I hope for you harmlessness on this day of all the saints known and unknown, where the veils between the living and the dead are quite thin, And we can have that. In fact, that's an interesting note to end on. In the way that I sometimes suggest we are in the world of being, pure being, and in the world itself. So that our activities and also non-activity, in what seems to the mind an impossible paradox. Perhaps we can be in the world of the dead and the awake at the same time as well, on this day when it's thought to be easier or more accessible to us, that vast unconsciousness from which we came and to which we'll return, and have a living, awake experience of that, all at the same All Saints kind of time of being an experience. So have a great day, weekend. See you again tomorrow, and go well. And yeah, I've got a facility here. Bring them on camera. Let's maybe try this together in the days to come. We can come on the camera and we can chill together in a good way and converse if necessary, if that seems useful and appropriate. Go well. Bye for now. Enjoy yourself, as in truly bring joy to whatever it is you're doing.